As you can see from above, the x-intercept is the x-coordinate of a point where the graph crosses the x-axis. So now let's take a look at some examples. So here's one graph in red. Here's another graph in blue. And I'm going to box the x-intercepts with a green box. And so if we take a look at the points, this point is about negative 2.5, 0, and this x-intercept is about 8, 0. We know it's not perfect, but graphing's not always perfect. What we notice in both of these is a pattern that the y-coordinate is always 0. So therefore, for x-intercepts, the y-coordinate is always 0. Using what we just discovered about x-intercepts, I want to find the x-intercept for this equation above 3x plus 8y equals negative 24. Again, we're reminded that the y-coordinate is always 0. So therefore, we want to plug 0 in for y and solve for x. So let's see what we have now. We have 3x plus 8 times 0 equals negative 24. Well, 8 times 0 is going to disappear, leaving us with only 3x equaling negative 24. And therefore, we divide both sides by 3, like a single step equation, and we're left with x equals negative 8. So that's the x-coordinate of our x-intercept. So therefore, we could write our final x-intercept as the point negative 8, 0. The y-intercept is much like the x-intercept, except this time it's the y-coordinate of the point that crosses the y-axis. So I've already boxed 2 examples of this. And again, we notice a pattern. But unlike the x-intercept where the y-coordinate's always 0, here the x-coordinate of the y-axis is always 0. As you can see, I've already set up the same example for both the x-intercept and the y-intercept. But in the first example, since it's the x-intercept, I plugged 0 in for y, and in the second example, for the y-intercept, I plugged 0 in for x. Now let's continue to solve both. So my top one, I have 2x equals 18, so I divide by 2, and I get x equals 9, so my point for my x-intercept is 9, 0. Now on the second one, I'm left with negative 6y equals 18, which we divide by negative 6, and we're left with y equals negative 3, so my y-intercept is 0, negative 3. And this is how we're solving for x and y intercepts. Now in this situation, the x and y are on the same side, but that doesn't matter. When we're solving for the x-intercept, plug 0 in for y. When we're solving for the y-intercept, plug 0 in for x.